What is up? Welcome to Public Square episode 6.
We back.
You know it, baby. What's up? How are you?
Good.
You
How was
good?
your week? Can't complain.
That was good. Chill. I'm counting down the days to
Until you Island Paradise.
Till I bachata out this bit.
Yeah.
Nah, but we lit and we hope everybody's good. Thank you for sticking around. If you still hear episode 6,
Yes.
then we appreciate you.
Yes.
So let's jump right to it. Question of the week. So this time I didn't throw it on IG. I know I should have, but I want you guys to be more
Active in the comment section.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. So we could get those topics going and everybody could talk and let's build a community, baby.
Yes. The public square is not just for us. It's for y'all as well.
Exactly. We want to hear what y'all think and what y'all say, and same way y'all want to hear us.
Exactly.
So, question of the week is this is I feel like this is gonna touch some buttons on some people.
For some people? Yeah. Uh-oh.
And it's funny. But I'm in there, so don't be too offended. Do you consider people who smoke weed on a daily addicts? Oh.
That's a hard one. Do I consider them addicts? No, because I feel like addicts do hardcore drugs, which is wrong.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to look at things.
No, because
at all.
you can be an addict to anything.
Of course, like you can be addicted to gambling, you can do a lot of things. So I think it's more, my opinion, I don't think it's so much weed. I think it's more smoke asphyxiation. The asphyxiation with smoking, the motion of doing that over and over again, I think is what people are more addicted to than it is actually weed.
Are they addicted though?
I would say they're addicted to like smoking. I don't think they're addicted to smoking weed.
Okay.
But then you have those weed smokers that I'll never do hookah, I'll never do anything else.
Yeah, so I'm saying that's what I'm
understand.
saying. It's like I feel like it can definitely be an addiction. Okay. Even though if you ask somebody who's a pothead, to use a no better term, I could quit today if I wanted to. I get a lot of that. I could stop today if I wanted to. And I'm gonna be honest. I love me my green.
Mm-hmm.
I can't easily quit though.
Okay. But question. Do you think, right, it's an addiction to the feeling?
Hell yeah.
Or is it, you see what I'm saying? Like,
well,
is it really the weed or is it the feeling?
I'm a hookah smoker too.
Right.
So I like the
motion of smoking.
Right. I like to see it smoke. I feel like it's relaxing. I don't know. It kills time. So I do like the fact of a sesh. It just feels right. But I do love the feeling of after smoking as well. It's a relaxation for me. It helps me sleep. Would I consider myself addicted? Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's crazy, but I didn't even think about it like that when I thought of the question, but I didn't think of it to myself.
Right.
And yeah, I think I would say addicted just because, well, I don't know. Because when I go to DR, I go months without it.
That's my point. So is that I think, me personally, I think addiction is based off the person. Like, there's, when you take these trips and these other things, I rarely, you know what I'm saying, ever have hookah around.
Hookah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just like, so I never wake up and be like, man, I need some hookah today. Like, that's when I think of addiction, I think of that. Like, you can't go without.
Okay, true.
That's my personal opinion.
True.
So, and again, there are functioning, smokers
addicts.
Addicts. There are functioning addicts. You know what I'm saying? There's people who drink all day long, but they're functioning and you probably never know.
But then I feel like, okay, so you're saying addiction is when you get to a point that you are no longer capable of doing everyday life. Like
that's how I view it.
Need it. Okay.
Right. Like,
because I don't go through withdrawals or some shit. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
The first week is probably a little hard to sleep, but other than that, it's like I get over it and I'm not feeding. I'm not.
Right, exactly.
I need,
shoot me up. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think of addiction. I think of that. Like, you can't go without it, or something that you can't stop. Like, people are addicted to gambling, right?
Yeah.
And these people, they could be gambling on whatever. It could be,
the house, the
tiddlywinks,
kids, the wife.
Yeah, whatever it is. They're going to gamble. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I think of when I think of addiction. So I think it's hard to place, and I think some people have addictive personalities.
100%.
I think that's a thing. So for me being a person, I don't think I have an addictive personality. I think I do a lot of things in spontaneity, like just spontaneous things. I don't think it's an addiction to anything.
So addiction is not, for us, in our opinion, addiction is not when you can't stop. It's when you're not willing to stop. It's when you can't stop.
Right.
Is that
exactly? Like, if somebody tomorrow like, yo, you can't do hookah no more, I'd be like, oh man. But I wouldn't like be like, yo, I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never been that type of person.
So tell us in the comments below, please. Do you consider people who smoke weed on the daily addicts? I definitely want to hear some opinions. I want to hear from my smokers. I want to hear from non-smokers and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
and be friendly to each other.
Yes. Yes.
Don't be out here.
Don't come after the potheads. I'll come after you too. No, I'm just kidding.
Bang! You heard it. Bang.
But with that being said, it leads us to our next topic.
Yes.
Which is that professor.
The professor from Colombia. He's
from Colombia.
Yes.
Who uses heroin and other drugs. To find he uses everything. Yeah, LSD, like whatever.
Everything under the sun he uses
as a stress reliever.
Yes, he says life balance.
As a life balance, he came out with a book that says drug use for adults.
Drug use for adults. Now, I don't know if you've seen him. He was on the Breakfast Club recently after these comments come out. And so, like, you know what it is for me? I feel like some of these people, like, because we're in the clickbait era, say, like, really wild, outlandish things, and, you know, headlines are big. So I thought this was taken out of context at first.
I thought you were saying he did that. No.
No, I was
saying,
like, okay, he was probably misquoted. He probably said something little wild.
Lines,
right, something a little wild, and it was like, he said heroin. He uses heroin. And I was like, okay. Then he's on the Breakfast Club talking about how he uses these things.
Yeah.
And how he is an advocate for this, and saying that, you know, do you he basically asked him, like, do you advocate these things to your children? And he was like, well, do you advocate sex to your children?
But is that the same thing though?
They're sex addicts.
True, but I don't think I'd rather my kid going around being a sex addict
of course than being on heroin. Right, of course.
And I don't know if we what is the term, advocate that to our children, or do we educate them about sex?
I think
what's the line between advocating and educating? We educate our children on sex because kids younger and younger are having sex, so they need to understand what comes behind sex.
So I don't think you're an advocate for doing that. I think you are educating your children, just like, you know, in our community we educate our children on, you know, interacting with the police and the government, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So I think it's education more than it is advocacy.
Of course.
On the parents' part.
And we do advocate the use of drug use from when we were young. When we were back at school, we had a bunch of videos and talks about drug use and what it can do to your body.
Oh, the DARE program and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I feel like from young we've always been taught that drugs ain't the way. So now, being grown and having our experiences, you know, some of us have been in that situation of trying things, or just once, twice, or some of us have have fallen into the hole of addiction.
Right.
Which goes back to him saying he's able to juggle life
and that. But if you've seen, I don't know if you watched the interview, if you see him, he looks shaky.
Really?
Yeah, like he doesn't
I saw him talk on the TED Talk.
Right.
But I didn't see the shakiness that you were discussing.
Okay, so on the Breakfast Club, he looked a little shaky. And he said it was because he's very emotional about the topic, because he spoke with, you remember A$AP Yams, rest in peace. He spoke with A$AP Yams' mother. And obviously he was saying that a lot of our people in our community aren't educated enough to take drugs properly. So they're saying, like, he was talking about mixing, you know, prescription pills with alcohol. And that leads to the majority of the deaths in our community.
So he's saying use it smart.
Right. He's saying don't take a bunch of downers. Right. He's basically saying don't take a bunch of downers. So like if you're gonna take, you know, pills, like, you know, these guys are popping a lot of pills now. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to a lot of our rappers that we lost due to drug use. Don't mix it with alcohol, because that's also another depressant, which also slows your heart rate and things of that nature. He went to the science of it.
Okay.
He gave us a science lesson.
Now that you talk about the body, whether you do it once, twice, every day, that's still slowly doing an effect on your body.
Anything in excess is not good for you.
And what I try to think about is a lot of those drugs, I'm trying to think of the medical terms and I can't think of it. They let off that, the feeling of goodness, the endorphins in your brain. And I've heard that if you get too much of it in drug use, then it's less of a chance of you getting it from normal stuff in life, and sex and stuff of that nature. So it must be so hard for him to get that from anything natural, now that he's trained his body to get this relaxation mode off of that. And he even used the quote or from similar to the Spider-Man
Yes.
one, with great drug use comes great responsibility.
Right. So be responsible with
First
your drug
off,
use.
why would you take a muñequito, a superhero
Mm-hmm.
that's children based?
Yes, that children watch
Take that quote
and flip it.
and use it for drug use.
Yes.
Is beyond me.
This is very reminiscent. I don't remember if you remember Troy Ave. You remember Troy Ave, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Troy Ave used to say powder to the people.
Okay.
I didn't like it. And the reason why I didn't like it is because he was flipping power to the people, which is, Black Panther thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, bro, you shouldn't be bringing powder to the people. Like that's not something good. Cocaine and crack have not done great things for our communities.
Yeah.
So for you to even flip that term in the same light, obviously, that I'm talking about two different things. Well, they're both talking about drugs, but
No, yeah.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Like that was a no-go for me. I was like, this is where I kind of start to tune you out, because before it was like, do you advocate sex? I see your approach. Is it weak, Stretch Armstrong? Yes, it's super Stretch Armstrong in my opinion.
Of course.
But it was like, okay, let's see where you go with this. And then you do that, and I'm like, come on, bro. Like now I feel like you just trying to justify your drug use.
And that's everybody justifying whatever they want to do. Because this professor, he says he's involved in his community.
Right.
He's a great volunteer.
Right.
He's writing books. He's
I'm
like
not denying those
he's
things.
like, my schedule's full.
Mhm.
I'm able to accomplish all of that
Right.
and enjoy my
And
heroin.
still do heroin. What? I said, huh? You still do heroin.
But that's scary because he may be the first to discuss it. But imagine how many people must feel like that or live that. And then it's going to be the snowball effect of now children coming to their mother and saying, I could do heroin and still pass school.
Yeah, it's all right. No.
Like that is insane.
But again, you know what though? Yes, this affects children, but at least he's not advocating the children. He said his book, it says drug use for adults.
Yeah, and then
It
use a
doesn't
Spider-Man quote.
Of course,
and
I
all
get
that
you.
other
No, I
stuff.
hear you with that. I'm just saying, like, at least he's not saying, "Hey, everybody, you can do heroin and still be great." Like, it's not, you know.
You heard my mother when we
Oh, yeah,
we threw it at her like, oh, she said, because my mom walked out when we were watching the heroin
Exactly, the video,
the conversation, and she said, no, don't.
Mm-mm.
Like if we were asking,
Right,
we were trying to justify that we wanted to do it. She was like, no, don't even think about it. Heroin? No. I'm like,
Right.
no, that's not what we're doing. But that reaction made me laugh because
Right.
that's how a lot of people look at
Of
drugs.
course.
And then like how we were talking about before, why does the government, people, police care so much about who uses drugs and what it does to their body? And really, it's not because they give a fuck about us.
No, it's all about
It's
that
the
green.
money.
All about that dollar
R.I.P.
bill.
to the man Pablo Escobar. You know how to bring him up.
I knew you was. I knew you was.
I love him. But they brought him down just because he was making money. He was making money and bringing it to our land and making money from here as well. So they couldn't stand that, and they're still trying to find like weed was illegal at one point.
Of course.
And now it's becoming legal all over the place, and they're making money off of it because they're
Right.
taxing the hell out of it. So now that it works for them, now everybody could do it.
Right, but you know what's crazy though is they picked Denver as like the guinea pig state for this, right?
Yeah.
So like Denver, I don't know if you remember earlier when it got legalized in Denver, you were also allowed to grow in your house.
Okay.
That they tried to. This is when Nancy Grace and all them is I call it the war on weed, marijuana, because Nancy is now talking about oh, look at this person smoking in front of their child, or a lot of things. A lot of people were doing kick doors on these people because nobody was going to check to see how much you was growing in your house.
Okay.
So they was like, oh, word, you got this much? We kicking in doors now. Like, so it became a thing to where it was like the Wild West a little bit over there in Denver. But I think it's mellowed out a lot, and especially
they just try to. Uncle Sam always in us.
it's always in somebody's pocket. It's all
Let
about.
us win what we gotta
Listen,
win. Y'all got enough. Damn.
They always tell you whenever I watch them old like CIA movies or them spy movies and that they always go, follow the money. Where's the money lead you? You'll figure out where this starts when you follow the money.
Listen, going back to his professor, I want to read the book. I think I'm gonna read the book.
I
Drug use for adults. Just to hear more of his points.
Yeah, I just want to understand
how
it. Right.
how he's understanding, because he says he enjoys heroin at night with his significant
wife.
other.
Yeah, and then I said, look at that. He got Bobby and Whitney. You need somebody to do your drugs with.
I've never personally in person see someone shoot up heroin.
Neither
You
have I.
shoot it up, right? Or you smoke it?
I'm pretty sure you shoot heroin.
Okay, so
That's what I see in the movies. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I've never
That's what
seen
I
it
see
in
in the movies.
person, but in the movies, you see people do this heroin
And turn into a zombie.
and then they knock out.
Right.
They go on a trip forever, however long,
Mhm.
and whether they're with somebody or not, they both all lean.
Yeah. Or you see that? Or you seen that nod? They end up at the gas station.
Yeah, like it's crazy. So I'm like, how much can you enjoy that with your partner?
No idea. But apparently, if you use it responsibly, you can enjoy it too.
Listen,
I need to stop making fun of that man. I need to stop.
I do not care what this professor has to say. Kids, adults, everybody, don't be doing drugs just for your well-being, your mental state,
for sure.
your health. Let's live long. Let's try to do
long, prosperous lives. Be great.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, in other news,
Yes.
shit was a little scary when I saw Tiger Woods making headlines.
Yes.
Because we haven't heard about Tiger Woods in a minute.
No, not since he won the Open in 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and then other than that, it was his girl drama.
Oh yeah, because I think that's the last one I watched. Because I only watch golf when he plays.
Yeah.
That's the only time. Oh, and I watch the celebrity golf when Steph Curry and them do it.
Yeah.
You know, the guys I like when they do
course.
it. I'm not an avid golf fan, but when Tiger plays, I'm definitely always tuned in. I think he was actually it wasn't one of the Opens, but it was, I guess, some tournament. And he was when I was still in Jacksonville, and he was down there. So like Jacksonville was packed, obviously pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Jacksonville was packed. Everybody's going to go see Tiger Woods play because it's Tiger. That's our our champion, our golf goat. You know what I mean?
Of course, and a legend, I
Yes.
would say.
For sure.
And he got into a really, really bad car accident.
Speaking of, before we get into the car accident,
Huh?
These people that make this T-shirt. Hey, Public Players T-shirt's coming soon. They make this T-shirt. There's like called Back Nine Boys. And it's him. You know how he does that lean before he putts at the hole.
Yeah.
Super dope. And they like changed his outfit. Super dope. I need that shirt. But getting back to the cars, I just had to get that out.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna find it and send it to you. I think I
Okay.
followed on my IG because I've been following a lot of clothing brands to figure out how to market our stuff. But
Of course, that's
for
dope.
sure.
But the accident was crazy. It was
Yes.
all over the news. And what
Exactly.
I was like, oh Lord, 2020 took Kobe
Right,
died
yes.
2020, and now I was like, we start in 2021, and we
About to lose
with Tiger Woods. I was
yeah.
like, no, it
You
can't
can't
be.
do two legends back to back like that.
The accident looked horrific.
Yes.
I know there was a bunch of rumors because I heard nothing was factual. Like
Right.
one news station was saying they had to use the jaws of life to take him out.
Right,
The other
another
news
one
was
saying he
saying
was
no.
fine, yeah.
Then they said he got ejected out the car.
Right.
So you really didn't know what was going on, and everybody was just wanting to know, is he okay?
What scared me was this is not the first time he's been in a situation like that. I don't know exactly what medication he takes to deal with his depression, anxiety, and things of that nature. But I remember a while back, the police found him in front of his basically at a stoplight,
Just knocked out?
Out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So whatever he takes, I guess causes drowsiness. So that my mind went to that first.
How come
Was
you don't have a
like,
chauffeur? That's Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Why he ain't being drove?
Oh, you know why he ain't
Especially
driven around?
if he's on meds.
You know why he ain't driven around?
Why?
Because his ex-wife took all his money. Listen, when I found out, let me hear me out, and I'm not trying to bash women. They should get whatever they get if, you know what I'm saying, your significant other husband cheat on you and you don't want to be there no more. I'm not mad at her for that. But did you know
What?
that you have to maintain the lifestyle of the children?
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
So think about this.
You ain't about to skedaddle and we about to suffer.
We talking about
baby.
We talking about Tiger Woods here. You know how much money Tiger Woods makes?
Shit,
So-
after that I'll be on meds too.
Having to pay all that money a month. I'm like, yo.
I haven't, but you know what's crazy? I haven't heard any, other than like, oh, he's in recovery, but I
Right.
haven't heard any updates on that situation.
No,
on
they
him.
said it got dire for a second because I heard a couple rumors that he might not make it. He could lose his legs.
That's what I'm saying. It was like all
I was
over
like,
the
what do you mean
place.
Tiger Woods gonna lose his legs? Like,
But I think
his
Tiger
legs?
Woods is gangster enough, talented enough
Mhm.
to come back without
No
legs,
legs.
and still
kill golf because it's
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah.
I
And he
think-
also has his son to continue his name
Right.
too. So if he wanted to retire, he can.
I don't think he should just because the older guys are still, you know, like Phil Nicholson and them. I only know a few golfers. So guys, if y'all watch golf, please don't come after me because I only know a few. But I see them and they're older. You know, they're in their 60s
Yeah.
still playing. They may not be, you know,
Does golf take a lot?
Those guys.
You could be old and play golf.
Yes, but what I've seen though, what I've heard about Tiger Woods is because his father was he calls his father the Sarge.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to his father. Tiger Woods used to do military workouts to train for golf. And yeah.
Is that normal?
It's not normal. That was his workout regimen, and I heard that that's taken a toll on his body over the years. Also, he has he generates so much force in his swing.
Okay.
That it messes with his spine, and that's why he has the back issues that he
twist.
has. Yeah, like because. Sheesh, you ever seen that man drive?
Yeah.
It is a work of art, and so I heard that also has taken a toll on him over the years of playing so much golf because he plays golf year round.
That's true. I didn't even look at it like that for real.
So it is wear and tear on his body, and I have my thing about golf and it not being a sport. I think it's a skill, like bowling, things of that nature. Video games, because they got esports now talking about video games as sports, but I'm not gonna get on a rant about that. But I think that is a skill, and Tiger Woods is very skillful at it. I'm not saying it doesn't take talent to play golf. I'm not saying that at all. But there's a lot of other things out here that I feel like are sport. And, some of the non-contact ones I just don't think are sports. That's just me. That's just my 2 cents.
I feel you. It is what it is.
Yeah.
In other news, Bobby Shmurda.
Hey, the real king of New York is home.
He's out, baby. He's out.
He's out of here.
So that's good. I know a lot of people celebrated, and they celebrated by playing Hot Nigga.
Yes.
Over and over and over. Everybody was playing it and doing videos on IG. Everybody was lit.
4 plaques, if I'm not mistaken,
since he's been out.
No, he's gotten 1 for Hot Nigga. Because remember, he dropped that EP.
Yeah.
So he's got 1 for Hot Nigga, Computers, and 2 other songs, if I'm not mistaken, that he's gotten plaques for since he's been out, which is dope. I think that's amazing that we rallied around,
How long was he? How long was he?
6 years.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
6-year bid.
And Hot Nigga was what, 700 million views? Is that?
Yes. Hot Nigga, when I watched it the other day, was at 701 million views.
That's insane.
Yep.
Those numbers are insane.
Of course.
So has he, like, because I know you keep up with it more than I do, has he mentioned anything of what's to come, or I mean, obviously I'm sure he's gonna drop something, but has he shown any previews or anything like that?
I haven't seen anything. I haven't even seen a picture of him in the studio yet. I take that back. I have seen a picture in the studio, but it wasn't like when Roddy came home. Like Roddy came home and was like, I got to put it on for the team type thing. And I think this Bobby thing is going to be a little slower.
Was Roddy in as long as Bobby?
Yes, they were both in 6 years. Okay. So remember, 3 of them, 3 of them besides Mitch, because Mitch caught a body about a week ago. Mitch is there. Mitch ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, that's why everybody, nobody. I think we should applaud him more for saying, we went down. Hey, look, they gave Bobby 5 and they gave Roddy like 9, and they were just kind of like, how can we get this settled down? Like, how can we make this deal feasible for all of us, or at least just the 2 of us? And so they came to Bobby's like, yo, if you take 7, we'll give him 7. So you take his extra 2 off of his, we'll give them to you, and y'all both get 7 and can be released. And Bobby's like, yo, that's the gang. And that's what they did.
That's fire. Well, I'm excited to hear what he got coming next, and I'm glad that they running up his other music so that it can get him on his feet.
Of course.
And he could get back in the motion of things.
Did you see him go shopping?
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Quavo?
yeah.
And then Quavo went shopping. He said Quavo held him down the entire time he's been in, so the 6 years.
He picked him up.
Yeah, he picked him up.
And he took him home.
Exactly.
Like he said he would. He brought him to his mom's and everything. So that's super, super dope, and I'm excited to see what Bobby comes out with. I'm glad he's free. May he learn from his mistakes.
Yes.
And stay the hell out of that
Stay home.
cell.
Stay in the studio.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of music and dropping new music,
right.
The Baby, I know.
Ready to get it started. Let's go.
I know you enjoyed the hell out of that freestyle.
For sure.
I think the biggest news on that freestyle though was the JoJo Siwa stuff, which is funny because James Charles was one of the first people that I saw comment about it.
Okay.
I don't know if he was the first one. That's just the first one that I saw.
That's just the first famous person. Oh, the first one you saw.
Yeah, the first person that I saw mention it, and everybody was talking about, James Charles. What do James Charles entered the chat. Like, what are you doing talking about some stuff that got nothing to do with you or whatever? But I think he was just trying to protect his fellow YouTuber and was just showing
Are
love.
they friends?
You know, I don't know.
Okay.
But I know that recently JoJo had come out the closet.
Okay.
So she was in the news and stuff. I personally think she's weird.
Hey, we don't use the word weird. Different.
I personally think she's different. Yes, different. Different. How old are you with those damn bows on your head? But it makes her money. It makes her money.
But it's
her look.
Is that pandering to her fan base though?
Yeah,
because she looks like a
rich.
kid.
She does.
Like I understand her real age,
which made that such an issue when she came out the closet and she started talking about her and her girlfriend and stuff, because they're like, your audience is children,
right?
So now a lot of adults don't want her to be pushing that agenda on her children. But
is
nowadays,
she pushing that agenda, or she's pushing her life? And this is my question to parents, right? How good are you as a parent?
Yeah.
Like, listen, I listen to rap all my life, right?
Yeah.
Not once was I ever like, yeah, I'm about to go shoot something up. Yeah, I'm about to go get active because such and such did it. No, I had two good parents at home that was like, yo.
But parenting is different now, James.
Okay, you're right. You 100% right. You're right.
I feel like parenting nowadays is so much harder than what it was then, mainly because of social media.
Of course.
Social media be giving these little children a voice when they don't need one.
No, stay out of grown folks' business.
Grown folk. I should be able to look at you. You go to your room. We talking business here, like adult talk.
Right.
So, yo, my laptop is shocking me.
You getting shocked?
For real, it's electrocuting me over
here. Please do not touch that no more.
I'm like, what? I'm feeling a tingling sensation in my arm, and I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, so parenting's different.
Yes, 100%.
So you just never know nowadays. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the news was cleared up. Like the baby even wrote a post like, "Yo, my daughter." Right?
Yes, his daughter. Yes,
my daughter is a huge fan of JoJo. Like, I would never do that. He showed her
picture in the video. Did you notice that though? Like, it wasn't like it was like something. He said the line like he literally was like, JoJo, see, like, right? And then so I listened to it because you brought it up. You brought it to my attention. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, okay. And then I listened to it again. I was like, when you told me his response was the bar went over people's head, I love her, or my daughter loves her. Like, my daughter's a fan. Like, I don't have any issues with her.
Yeah.
I listened to it again. I listened to it again. I listened to it again. And I was like, oh, that's a dope play on words. Like, way to be a lyricist.
And my whole thing is JoJo. If anybody should have commented on it, it should have been JoJo. She felt some type of way. She should have said something.
Right.
And another thing is, this is social media. This is music. If so and so wants to say my name in a song, go ahead. Shoot, I'll probably play it on my story.
Unless it's in poor taste.
Of course, if he was going after her or coming out the closet or something, it would have been a different situation.
But not even that. I don't know if you saw the Meek Mill situation with the Kobe line.
Yeah.
Vanessa Bryant was like, and what I respect is she says, I don't know your music enough to say that you can do better than that. He goes, but that was in poor taste, and I think you can try to do better than the bars that you came up with.
Yeah.
Because going down in a chopper like Kobe was not it, Chief. I don't care what nobody says.
He probably thought that shit was fire.
He's probably there like, woo, right?
That shit fire.
No.
But
not our legend. That's our king.
No, yeah, but let's go back to the actual freestyle. Yes. I enjoyed it. Thought it was hot. Yes. The video was dope.
Yes.
Like, the baby's just on a roll. Like, I've always enjoyed him as an artist and his shenanigans and stuff like that.
He's great entertainment. He's the fun,
super
playful entertainment. He's what 6ix9ine could be if he wasn't playing around so much. But anyways, let me get off that. What you just said there. Think about it.
That can pick up a lot of conversation. That you can't just say that and then you try to walk away from it.
I mean,
you said that 6ix9ine
is the opposite of the baby.
And if he wasn't on his bullshit, that he'd be.
I think he could be entertaining like that. I think the man is entertaining. Whatever people want to say about him and whatever else, man's very entertaining. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anybody says. Very entertaining. Got the colorful hair. You know what I'm saying? You got the. I'm not a giant fan, but when his music come on, I'm not gonna be like, turn that off. You know what I mean? Type thing. So I thought, like I said, I think it was last part of the pod before, like, his approach is gonna be different. He proved me all types of wrong, made me look stupid. 6ix9ine.
Okay.
He made me look all types of stupid. So I think that what the baby does is very playful and fun and entertaining, and I feel like 6ix9ine can do that. Not exactly what the baby does, but can still be entertaining without calling out every single real killer rapper that we got out here.
I was just about to touch that, talking about 6ix9ine and his shenanigans. He's doing his all to stay with the clout, to stay with the attention and all eyes on him. He's just falling right back into where he started. He's just starting that up again. He went and he put up a post on Instagram a couple days ago.
In poor taste. That's poor taste.
With King Von on his shirt. It was a clear as hell picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody can see it. It's Von. And the caption wrote, "If a nigga killer ain't dead, you shouldn't wear no R.I.P. shirt." So he's not going at King Von. He's going after homeboy who was going after him to say, yo, you going after me and you ain't even get the killer of your boy.
Well, what about the rest in piss?
No, the rest in piss is just disrespectful. Blatant disrespect.
Man. Like, and my thing is like, why
but
are you doing
it? Because he knows it's going to get attention.
But it's why are you doing, again, and I keep saying it, I was never a firm believer in him being a gangster. Yeah. Never. So it's just like, why do the gangster theatrics? Like, at this point, like, it's not even a... Maybe he did snitch. Like, everybody knows. Like, this is public record that he snitched. Yes. He was on Jake Paul's podcast talking about it.
Yeah, he just and his point was valid. He said, y'all want me to do y'all want me to do this, and you go on with your life, and you go on with your life, and then I'm locked up for the rest of mine. And that's true. Like,
I agree. His statement wasn't wrong. And the reason why I didn't hate his statement was because I never believed that you were a gangster. I never believed you lived by code. Yeah. So you saying that, I get you. You told because this, and this. And if everything played out the way it played out, the way you say it played out for you, no problem. Like, if you're telling me, your manager's hitting your baby moms and all those other things, okay, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I was never upset. Like, everybody's like, oh, he a snitch. Why do we care? Yeah. Why did you believe anything that he was talking about? Yeah. Like, the so-called real gangsters, why did you believe this?
No, I feel that. But what he does works. His shenanigans, his stupidity, it works. His Zaza hit number 90 on the Billboard last time I checked with 39 million views. Right. That's when today I checked. 39 million views. Whatever he's doing, people still want to keep up with him, and people still want to see what the hell he's doing and what he's talking about. I find him entertaining. Of course, I look at his stuff and I'm like, yo, homie, bugging.
Yeah. Certain stuff is like, yo, you bugging.
But it works.
Okay, let me ask you this. How long?
I don't know. It's been working for him for now. But as he continues, he has to get, you can see that he has to get more and more outrageous to keep the views coming. And that's where stuff gets sticky and he's going to get himself into trouble again. Exactly. Because, the video he had the Meek Mill clip on him on it. Mm-hmm. And Meek...
I snatched it down too.
Funny. Meek Mill wrote that it was bullying.
Yeah, he shouldn't use that word. That's what made it funny. It's like, now you being a baby, bro. Like, you put bullying. This is bullying. Like, all the things that you could have said.
No, it is bullying. It is bullying. It is bullying.
You see my face. That's why you laughing. It's bullying, Kayla. It's bullying. That was the altercation that happened. How's it bullying?
So I don't know what happened, but it came down for a little bit, but then it's back up. So I guess they lost it, the case or whatever.
On what grounds? Y'all were in an argument. How was it bullying?
Both recorded and both posted.
That's my point. How is this bullying? You tried bullying?
He tried it.
Defamation of character, maybe, but bullying?
He tried it. He was like, this nigga ain't about to make money with my face in this video. Oh, Meek Mill must have been so tight.
You would be hot too. You'd be hot. You'd be hot if this man making money off of our argument. Like, cut it out. But to say bullying, that's you Meek. I can't respect you for that one, brother.
Oh, that's so funny. The 6ix9ine, and Messi with 6ix9ine, you gotta know that he's a clown, so he's gonna try to clown you. Like, you just have to know what you're getting yourself into anytime you interact with 6ix9ine. Like, me being a rapper, I see 6ix9ine in the street, I'm just like, yo, it's 6ix9ine, keep it pushing. Like, I don't even know how he
entertaining this. And then the record, who was that random white dude he was recording in the store? I'm like, now you paying people to be in your camera, bro. Like, you just doing publicity stunts. Who was that? I think you sent it to me. I said, who is this white man?
I don't know.
Who is this white man that he's quote unquote was talking about? But if you haven't seen his comments as well, you know the song Throat Baby. Yeah. Okay. Him and that guy, I forgot his name, but he's back and forth in his comments with him, and he called him a one-hit wonder, and I loved his response. I love dude's response.
What do you say?
He said, "I'ma ride all the way to the bank on this one-hit wonder. I'm still getting paid for it."
I want a one-hit wonder.
What?
I'll be happy with a one-hit wonder.
No, not to be funny and not to make fun of MC Hammer.
Uh-oh.
How many other songs MC Hammer got that you know? Let's be honest. But Can't Touch This, come on. Exactly.
Then
Can't touch this. I think of Shark Tales.
Yeah.
Every single time. So like that,
That's
like
an iconic ass movie.
yes. So that it's just like so being a one hit wonder. I think is hard. Vanilla Ice still torn off Ice Ice Baby.
One hit wonders.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people would say that Fetty Wap is a one hit wonder.
No, he got multiple.
So you saying
I can't say
feel like
Fetty Wap is
the
one
biggest
hit
one is
Trap Queen.
Trap Queen.
Right. That's how we were introduced.
Yeah, but
then we
he
got 679.
679
we
was
got like
a good
three
one.
of them.
Yeah.
So I can't
but
say
I
he's one hit
haven't.
wonder.
So what has he done after? Because where is Fetty
He's done
Wap?
a lot of things. And we were talking about this. I don't understand why Fetty Wap is not bigger or not in the limelight like he should be, especially with the shift in music. Everything is melodic now. What was Fetty Wap doing in 2016?
Yeah.
Like,
do you think he was too early?
I think it was
He
managed
before
poorly.
his time. Oh, management.
I think it was managed poorly. I don't think you drop Trap Queen and then drop 769 and drop all like because he hit us back to back to back to back.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. And then they're on the album. His first album, great album. I loved it. He has cuts on there. I'm like, why are these songs not bigger? Why do people not know these songs?
Yeah.
But it's just like, and then after that, it was like, Fetty Wap just disappeared. And I don't know if it was label stuff or management. Like
It
label,
could be.
that could be things. But it's just like now it's like, at this point, we're in 2021. Are you not out your label deal? But at that point, it's like, at that point, then I pull a Future. Why are you not pulling a play out of Future's playbook? Because Future dropped two albums back to back and said, yo, all right, I gave you the two albums I'm obligated to give you, and I'm done.
Fetty's the only one that can really clarify all of that. And it could be personal stuff. It could be a bunch of things. I listened to I watched his recent music video. I thought it was dope. I enjoyed it and stuff like that. But before that, watching it today with you, I have not heard about Fetty in
because
social
I did
media and in the news and nothing like that. So from remembering how big he was back in the day, that's why I asked you. I was like, where is Fetty? Like, when I saw that video, I was like, what? Like, he's still doing stuff and I'm not hearing about him more. It's kind of, crazy to me.
And I get the independent grind is different, but it's just like, man, like, I'm not in nobody's pockets. I don't know what people did with their money.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think he had enough traction, and I don't know what his deals were like to have enough money to be like, okay, I can push the independent grind. But I don't know.
But money is the key to all of this.
Of course.
Because think about 50 Cent.
Right.
Turning that book, that he was a co-writer on that book with Robert Greene is the name.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing the Netflix series on it.
Yes, I can't wait for that. Every time he pop out.
That's money though.
Of course.
Because I'm sure we all have ideas that you just need the money to produce that, and that could go in a management label, Fetty Wap and stuff like that. But 50 with that Netflix series after doing Power, after doing his books and stuff like that, I think this could be real big. Obviously, like everything else that 50.
Right, because he has the 4 Life show. He's even in it. Like he's even in these things. He's like, he's the black version of Quentin Tarantino, in my opinion. You know how Tarantino in all his movies, like 50 Cent in everything that he's had.
He's
an
artist, a businessman, an author.
Yeah,
he's dope.
He got a list.
Shout out to 50.
That's one person I want to have a conversation with.
I couldn't find if they have a release date.
Right.
I didn't see anything like that, but I know it's in the works.
Right.
So and 50, he stays on his social media, so I'm sure as soon as there's
we will get a date.
Yep, he will be sure to drop.
Because if you haven't I thought this book was dope because he is a big advocate on the 48 Laws of Power.
Okay.
And he talks about how he's used the laws to become famous and successful. The one he talks about a lot is never outshine the master.
Never outshine the master.
Yes, so never outshine the master.
And explain that.
So basically, even if you're better than your master,
don't try to shit on him.
Don't outshine him.
Why? Because isn't it always supposed? Isn't it? What's the other one that's like when the student becomes a teacher?
Right.
Like I thought the whole thing is to surpass your master.
Yes,
not to shit on them, but to surpass them.
But that depends on who your master is. You see what I'm saying? Like that's a personal thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like because again, we do things off vibes and organically.
Yeah.
So it's I don't think we have to worry about that as much.
Okay.
But I think if you're dealing with somebody that only sees your potential and keeps you in a box, quote unquote, or it will be very, very quickly to be jealous of you, you shouldn't do those things until you can do your own thing, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's really what it's based off. It's like, don't outshine the master until you can do your own thing. Essentially, that's what I took from it.
I feel that.
Because I've read the 48 Laws of Power before, and there's a lot of things that I'm like, okay, I can get behind that, and it's a thought. You know, it's just a thought. I can't say I live by it because I don't, not all of it, but there's certain things I'm like, I see it.
And you try to put it a part of your
mental exactly
thought process in your life and stuff. That's dope. Well, last episode, I want to say we spoke about Lady Gaga.
Yes, we did. No, we didn't.
Was it the last episode or the episode before that? I know one of the episodes we talked about Lady Gaga and her dog walker being shot.
I think we did. Maybe.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so the dogs were returned.
Yes. Scam alert.
On whose behalf?
On the people who returned that dog.
Oh, I thought you were saying like Lady Gaga had some of her.
No. I don't think she did that.
Take out the dog walker.
Like, I think either the dog walker in on it.
No.
Or, what you mean no?
How the dog walker got shot?
You ever watch John Wick?
Do you think they played off the death? Like,
he's not dead.
I thought the dog walker died.
I didn't hear anything about him dying. I heard he was shot. I didn't hear he died.
Well, if he's alive, he needs to talk. I need to know the whole story. What happened? You drive by? Give me the dogs. Did you say no? Is that why you got shot? Or did you get shot before they even took the dogs? Like,
first and foremost, listen. Somebody pull up on me and tell me they taking these dogs. Unless it's like Macho, they getting them dogs. With no fight, no nothing. Here you go. And I'm having my phone out, recording them like this. You said you want what? No problem. To show them this is what happened. I was robbed.
Who looks at Lady Gaga so much that you know they're dogs though?
No, I did. That was wild. Like
to be like, that's Lady Gaga's dog. Like, then they took it and then returned when there's a $500,000 reward.
What I'm thinking though,
interesting.
Right. What I'm thinking though is, well, she has Frenchies if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, they all.
So they're expensive.
So
they're expensive. So I was thinking they were like, it was just dog robbery turned. It's either the dog walker's in on it, or it's dog robbery turned into, these are Lady Gaga's dogs. We can get paid.
Imagine you and me go out and steal some dog.
Right.
And it's an artist dog.
Right.
And then we're like, what we could have made from selling this dog, now we could return this dog.
Right. And make 10 times more.
Yo, I didn't even think about
That's
it like
what I'm
that.
saying.
That's crazy. Imagine kidnapping a dog and it's Lady Gaga's dog.
That's crazy, right?
First off, kidnapping a dog and shooting somebody
is wild. You had to shoot him?
You doing the most.
Way too much. You out of pocket.
The most.
You out of pocket.
And they're a dog walker. Like.
Yeah. I'm surprised he put up a fight.
Listen.
I wouldn't have.
Man. Listen.
Lady Gaga ain't paying me enough. She couldn't pay me enough to get shot for her dogs.
I hope that story is fulfilled. Like, it comes out.
Right.
Entirely. I'm sure soon, down the months, we'll have interviews.
Yeah, we have to have something else.
Or whatever.
It was just like, she returned them.
And
okay,
that's it?
So did you wire her the money? Like, where's the rest of this? Like, where's the rest of this story? Unless it's just fake. That's the only other way I can think of it is this fake. Because did you wire her the money and y'all now watching her to get an investigation open?
Listen, I got as much understanding of that as I do of Kim and Kanye's divorce.
I don't think. Poor Kanye.
Poor Kanye.
He going through it. I feel bad for him. You don't have to feel bad for him. I feel bad for him.
Poor Kanye?
Poor Kanye. Poor Kanye.
That's because you don't like the Kardashians.
No, don't say that. That's not true. That's not true. It's not that I don't like them. That's not true. Don't say that. Don't say I don't like them.
Crazy. Who knows what Kanye has done to that poor woman? And also, who knows what that woman has done to that man?
Exactly. No, you all one-sided.
I'm tired of hearing about their divorce or what can be or what. If y'all gonna divorce, and Kanye get to music because
but again, like I said, like.
He's probably gonna make some crazy blatant ass song like
I don't know
about Kim like that. It's just like he's talking about Kim song name drops and everything.
We get 808s and Heartbreaks Part 2.
If that's he has to get back to his mental space for that again. Because I'm still over here waiting for Africa.
You right? Is it called Africa? You keep calling it Africa. I don't think that's what that's named.
I don't think he ever dropped the name of that. No. But he was in Africa. I'm talking about in a bubble in the middle of the studio.
That's why I laugh when you say Africa, because it's like that's where he was ever recorded this. So if he named it Africa, I wouldn't be surprised.
Dope. But I just imagine the African culture and the beats mixed with Kanye. I was like, oh my gosh, this can be massive. And then it just never came. And now I'm disappointed. Oh, Lord.
Wait, isn't she the one that said the album coming and it never came?
Listen, she did.
See?
So, what the hell?
It's her fault.
What?
She pressed delete. She got mad one day and pressed delete.
Nah, he got mad. She leaked it and pressed delete.
Said, woman, I told you.
But listen, everybody's over here talking about divorce and everything.
Right.
Homeboy said that getting married was his biggest. Safari said getting married was his biggest mistake.
You know why?
Him and Kanye need to drop a podcast called "Used to Be Married."
Used to be married, and the struggles of marriage.
The struggles of marriage, because they're going through it.
He's Safari. Okay.
He looks like a mess.
Yes,
his biggest mistake was getting married, and she probably saying her biggest mistake was marrying his ass. Like,
she said that doing this in public is messy, because she did come back after him and had some shots fired. I don't remember exactly the words, but it wasn't cool. It was just, and then again, it was along the lines of be classy about it as well. So she took her shots, but then she also said you should have been classy about it. I think this all falls into know who you marrying, know who that other person is. Don't rush into these situations. Why? Because she looked like she got a mouthpiece.
And he don't? It's very messy.
I don't know him enough.
He's messy.
I don't know. So
every time I've seen him in the media, it's been messy.
I would take your word for it. So it's just like, and I'm not putting it all on her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's your fault for, it's your fault for going after her. Yeah. He is not without any type of blame. He definitely has a lot of blame. But it's just like, I don't think you should be marrying people that you think you want to put your hands on. I'm happy he hasn't put his hands on her, but he made it sound like it's the point where the way they fight, it's one of those situations.
Like you said, you have to stick it out and make sure it is what you want.
Right.
Because people, they go off of that lovey-dovey beginning stage. That the honeymoon stage for every relationship, it differs on how long that stage is going to last. I've seen people who, as soon as it's legal and y'all married, it switches up, and like they shit gets rough, and it's maybe because for the people who times are different now. Right. I feel like old when I say it, but now I know now people are moving in before getting married. Before it was get married then move in, and I feel like that can kind of play a role to get married and then move in.
No, the move in before marriage.
No, I'm not either. But I'm saying that that's how times are changing, and it gives you the more of an opportunity to really get to know that person, because things change when you live
every day
with a person
24/7. No, not 24/7.
That you can't get that. Going off of him, I heard a story about somebody who I don't think there was a famous person. I think it's just an article that had gotten out that he's married to his. He has a wife. They live in different houses.
What?
They live in different houses.
Trust must be on 1,000.
Because they need their own personal space.
No, I understand. I agree.
But that's different.
No,
if that's where our generation is going, if that's how things are changing to where.
That's an extreme.
Yeah, my hubby lives down the block.
Yeah,
going to Babe's house for dinner,
Yeah, that's a little wild.
I feel like so why are you married if you can't stand that person,
right?
Or can't do that much
right
time together.
I get the alone time. I get that. Everybody needs their own personal time to do whatever with your friends and yada yada boom. Everything doesn't need to be a group activity with you and your significant other. But that's 2 houses is a little wild for me. That's OD.
Please drop in the comments below if you can be married to somebody and live in separate houses. Yeah. Okay, so if not in separate houses, can you do separate rooms? You know how people sleep in different. Girl, get your ass in this bed.
You don't lay in this bed with me. I said for better or for worse, richer for poor. Listen, you better stop playing with me.
Yo, she ain't saying for one bed forever.
Listen, they got mattresses now where you could put the settings on there for your side, my side type thing. There ain't no way you're gonna talk about this bed too firm.
I feel like we're getting more and more comfortable with being alone and enjoying alone time and being. We're creatures of what?
We're creatures of.
We were brought into this earth to be together.
Right, but not even that. But we're creatures of communication. Think about it. Think about movies like Castaway. Them people be alone and they go crazy. Got it, Wilson. You talking to a beach ball?
Because you gotta do social interaction in doses.
Yeah, there's no way you gonna tell me if I'm gonna have a Wilson too.
I can't imagine being in a relationship with somebody and needing that much time away from them.
Yeah, why y'all together?
Oh, well.
Is this y'all married for financial reasons?
No, because y'all live in different houses. So if y'all live in different houses, he don't gotta help you with the bills, or she don't gotta help you with yours.
Oh, so we separating bills too?
Or what? I mean, how would that work if you lived in separate houses?
I don't know. You gotta ask them.
I ain't gonna pay for my partner to live in another house.
But
So is
we're
that
together.
two different groceries?
But we're
Damn.
together. Why are we not splitting this bill?
Or you put both of them together and
We
you split
agreed
it
to
in
this.
half? I mean, that's the same shit
I
as doing
guess.
it by yourself.
But we agreed to this. So are we not splitting stuff?
Are you mad one got a bigger house than the other?
I mean, does that play a part? Would you feel it?
What if y'all got a pet? What if you have kids?
Yeah, how does that work now they have kids? One day they stay at mom's house, Taco Tuesday and Wing Wednesday at dad's house? What's going on? Mom got Taco Tuesday and dad got Wing Wednesday?
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway,
No.
this has been one crazy hell of a week for us.
Yeah.
We've been busy.
Yes.
Separately, personally, within the business, so much going on,
Yes.
trying to capture everything.
Yes.
I'm out to DR, my people.
Yes.
I'm gone for a month.
But you will not lose any content from
You
us.
will not lose the content, but keep up with us. James has a lot going on in that time. You could catch me on my Instagram to follow me and my DR stuff because
Yes.
that's gonna be
follow
a lot
all
of
her
fun.
pages, by the way, not
Yes.
just
I
Kayla
got a
Brownie
lot
page.
going. I got
Please make sure you follow KB Cinema.
everything,
And,
everything. The DR
yeah.
travel page.
And
You
the
can
travel
catch it all
page,
through my
yes.
Kayla Briani page for sure. I'll drop all the names below
Yeah, drop
to
all of them.
include James' IG as well. We hope you enjoyed this show. We hope you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Oh yeah, make sure you hit
Hit
that
the
bell.
bell
Then hit
because
that noti bell.
I feel like we lost some people from episode 1, and that's just because they ain't keeping up with it. So hit the
Yeah.
bell so you don't have to miss us.
And thank you, all 100 of y'all that follow.
Yes,
Yes.
we hit 100 followers.
We hit 100. Yes, sir.
We hit 100
Yes, we celebrate
followers.
small victories over here. I
Yes.
don't care.
Hell yeah, 100 followers. So if we could get those 100 followers to keep up with all our videos and hit that bell,
Yes.
that'd be even great. So
Exactly.
this is. Did we do the intro?
No, we definitely did not say our names. We just got right into it. Ready to get it started. Let's go.
Well, this is your host.
Just wave you on the outro. You know I'm just waving the outro.
Oh, okay. Because last time you had a different intro for y'all before
Oh,
the
my
camera
bad.
started.
It's
They ain't ready for that.
Oh, okay.
They ain't ready
My
for
bad.
that.
All right.
They ain't ready for
All
that.
right.
And this is your girl, Kayla Briani. This is Public Square, episode 6. We love y'all. Have a good night.
Good night. Appreciate y'all.